Give the call to the honourable member for Indi.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. The Senate is considering an amendment to the National Anti-Corruption Commission Bill to require a simple majority of the NACC Oversight Committee to approve the appointment of the NACC Commissioner. Prime Minister, this is a good faith and sensible amendment that will protect the independence of the NACC in the decades to come while preventing any opposition vetoing appointments. Why is this government afraid of us supporting this amendment, which would guarantee that the NACC is a truly independent body?
Give the call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for her question. I thank her for her work in ensuring that Australia will have a National Anti-Corruption Commission. The member, of course, introduced a private member's bill in the last term of parliament. We tried to get it debated because the government said it had a bill, but it never introduced it. What we've done is introduce a bill. We had an inquiry that the member for Indi chaired. We adopted the recommendations of that inquiry, all of them. We adopted the recommendations of the inquiry. What you do is you have legislation, you then have an inquiry. If you adopt all the recommendations in which the member for Indi was the chair, with respect, I think we've done exactly what you should expect a government to do. You were the deputy chair, of that committee. So we've done exactly what came through the process of that committee inquiry, which the deputy chair of the inquiry would be very conscious of. What we haven't done is support amendments that have flowed from various quarters in this chamber after we've had a bill, after we had extensive consultation beforehand, after we had a committee process, after we had recommendations and after we adopted all of them. I stand by our position. I sincerely hope the Senate adopts our position that has been put forward. We'll consider amendments on their merits. I've had discussions with the Attorney-General and with some crossbench senators about amendments that we will support.
Give the Prime Minister a pause. I'll just call the member for Indi.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Yes, on relevance, Mr Speaker, I'm asking the Prime Minister to go to the actual point of the amendment in the Senate around oversight and the simple majority question. I'm just seeking an explanation.
The Prime Minister is in order, and I'll give him the call. He's being relevant.
A simple explanation, as the Deputy Chair of the committee would recognise, is that this is something that isn't a recommendation of the committee that was put forward, unanimous recommendations to this House and to the Senate. So I think, with respect to the member for Indi, given you were supported for the high office of being the Deputy Chair of that committee in recognition of your genuine support
members
for
on
that,
my left.
it did not come through as a recommendation.
Order. Members on my left. The House will come to order.
It did not come through as a recommendation from the process.
Order.
We have
on my left will
supported
cease
proper
interjecting.
processes in order to get a National Anti-Corruption Commission, which the parliament should be proud of. I look forward to it being adopted.